Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be another Noblesse tower video. We are on floor 32. We've been progressing easily through the past few floors, but I think this one was actually the one that I had issues the most. Just because Mira's DPS was so high, I actually needed to upgrade some of my units' gear. Now her stats look like this. She has 40k attack, 144k worth of HP, 728 defense, 443 speed, 31% crit rate, 0% crit damage. And for her relics, I actually took out my level 5 Lime relic for a level 5 Path of Sword, just to maximize her damage out. The enemies we're facing on this floor are 2 Frankensteins and 2 Witch of the West Miras. So the main problem in this floor are the poison debuffs and the ridiculous amount of damage that Witch of the West Mira does. So she will be our main priority in these battles. So for our team setup, we have Raskeria at position 1, Lunark position 2, Ryzel on position 3, just so we could use his skill 3 right away, and Musaka at position 4. So we're going to start off this turn with Frankenstein chain 3, followed by Raskeria's chain 2 onto Witch Mira, and then we'll just use our random unit skills. What you guys can do if your Ryzel actually misses the silence on the first turn, you can just restart the run until you do get a silence. This way you save a lot of time and you could guarantee the 3-man silence from Ryzel. Now we just want to focus on building up Ryzel's skills as well as Raskeria's skills for the next few turns while we're still attacking the Mira. Now Witch Mira's gone, we want to slowly work on the Frankensteins while we heal up a lot of our HP back with Raskeria's passive. Now when you get to this point, when you're about to go to the second turn, you actually want to save up for a Raskeria 3 chain, just because it deals so much damage for the next turn and outputs a lot of bleed. Now we want to start off on Ryzel's chain 3, followed by Raskeria's chain 3 as well, and now we just have to hope for the best. So we got really lucky and we got a 4-man silence there. We actually also crit. So we got super lucky there. We actually crit on the Witch Miras, killing them in 1 turn, and also silencing everybody for 4 turns, limiting their damage. So this floor should be finished with my Raskeria's skill 2, followed by a chain 3 on Frankenstein just in case. So that wasn't actually too bad. We just had to play with a few rounds of RNG there, just because I didn't want to build debuff accuracy sets on my Ryzel. But if you guys have earrings with high debuff accuracy, please feel free to put that onto Ryzel. That way that will help him out proc his silences for these runs. Now let's go on floor 34. So the units that we're facing up against on this floor are 2 A Ryzels with 1 Unleashed Ryzel. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. I think it'll be fairly easy to do, but let's find out. So we can only have 3 slots for this run. We are gonna go with our tried and true strategy of Raskeria at position 1, Ryzel at position 2, just so we could get his chain 3 off on the first turn, and Musaka at position 4. So as you can see, there's only 2 units here, but my Raskeria is thwarted. So once you see this debuff onto your head, it actually doesn't disappear until you use a skill. So make sure you guys use a skill, just so next turn you could actually do something. So we're going to start off with Ryzel's chain 3, and we'll just waste Raskeria's chain 1, followed by Musaka's chain 1. So the biggest threat of this team is Unleashed Ryzel, so we want him gone as fast as possible, and then after that we'll just start farming up our skills for the next turn. As you can see, the A Ryzel doesn't deal too much damage, so this way we could farm our skills in peace for the next turn. Just like the last floor, instead of just focusing on A Ryzel's skills, we actually want to start focusing on Raskeria's chain 3s now. Now, since it's just A Ryzel by himself, this should be easy for everybody to do. Just farm up until you have the skills that you need. Okay, now I have the skills that I want. Now we just have to kill Ryzel and move on to the next stage. Now that we're on floor 2, we just go ahead and use Ryzel's 3 chain, followed by Raskeria's 3 chain. I actually forgot that my Raskeria was thwarted, so we kind of just wasted her 3-chain like that. But anyways, let's just see if we could actually finish this run. So that was actually a lot better than I imagined. They were actually not very strong at all. So I don't think we have to actually restart this run. So let's focus on the U-Risal right away, and then that should be the end of the run. That run was actually really easy. We did it on our first try. And now let's move on to floor 34. So the enemies that we're facing in this round are 2 Lunarchs and 2 Green April Yuris. So the main threat of this floor is going to be the taunts from the 2 units, but as long as we silence them, I don't think that should be too much of a problem. We could use 4 units here, so we're going to go with Raskeria at position 1, Sierra at position 2, Risal at position 3, just so we could use his chain 3 right away, and then Musaka at position 4. We're going to start off with Risal's chain 3, and then we'll focus on the Green April Yuri afterwards. So we just procced Green April's passive, so we should be able to finish him off with a Raskeria C1 while we save up for the rest of our unit skills. So I'm going to start off with Risal's 3-chain just so Raskeria doesn't take too much damage. So we want to finish off one of the Lunarchs off very quickly and then not touch the last one until we're ready to kill her. I think the strategy that we need to do is stack up on Raskeria's chain 3s for the next turn, just so we could just output as much damage as possible because the units are very tanky. So finally Musaka and Sierra actually die. Now, hopefully this should go a lot faster. Now we're at the point where actually we have the skills that we need. Now we could kill her and move on to the next round. Now that we're here on round 2, we want to start off with Risal's chain 3, followed by Raskeria's 3rd chain as well, while building up another Raskeria 3-chain for the next round. So Raskeria did a lot of damage that turn. I actually think we could finish this off. As you can see, Raskeria did a lot of damage that round, and I think we could finish this up pretty quickly as well. Just in case for the next round though, we want to have another chain 3 for Raskeria and another chain 3 for Risal. So instead of using Risal's chain 3 first, I'm actually going to go with Raskeria's first, just so we could do enough damage and wipe the floor and proc the last Green April Yuri's passive if it's not been procced yet. If you don't have as much attack as I do on my Raskeria, it's just going to take you a few more turns to finish these stages. But as long as you set yourself up for round 2 properly in the first round, you guys should be okay as well. So let's just finish her off right now and collect the rewards. And that's the end of the video. If you guys have any other questions, please leave a comment down below. And if you guys want to catch me on Twitch, my Twitch is www.twitch.tv/dancedark. Feel free to come by and say hi, ask any questions, or to just generally come hang out. We've got a real great community over there. And with that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.